If a woman were to wear a sign around her neck and asked wealthy men to marry her, she might be labeled as a gold digger and be scorned by society, or at least internet users in general. However, if a man does it, well, he's just kooky. According to a Weibo post that cites the Daily Mail, there's a 58-year-old bachelor who spent 12 years walking around Wall Street, Columbus Circle, and Times Square with a sign around his neck asking for wealthy women to marry him. According to Robert Darling, whom some people are calling the most desperate bachelor, he's just never had any luck with the ladies. Now, Robert had worked as security at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point and at the National Museum of the American Indian. Now, he has his own home and has been told that he's a pretty good-looking guy, at least when he was younger. And now there are some Chinese internet users who suggested that perhaps Mr. Darling could try his luck in China. So now let's take a look at some of their comments.
I think he is just an attention seeker who wants to become famous. There are a lot of people like that in China who will do anything to get famous. He's been doing this for 12 years? Now that is persistence. However, I can't help but think that if he had spent those 12 years doing something more productive, maybe he wouldn't need to marry a rich woman. This guy is dreaming. If I were a rich woman, I can marry a lot of young men who are better looking. What makes him think he deserves a rich woman? Maybe this guy should come to China. I know there are women in China who wouldn't mind marrying an American citizen for the green card. Maybe they'll even have a happy ending. This would never happen in China because the man would be ridiculed and wouldn't be able to show his face around in public. This guy has never met a rich woman before. If he has, he'll know that rich women are very hard to get along with.
It is expected that China will also be facing a problem with desperate bachelors, all 35 million of them. According to China's census data, China's sex ratio at birth is about 108 males to 100 females in the 1980s. However, the figure became heavily skewed in the 2010s when the ratio became 118 males to every 100 females. Now, in some more rural provinces, the sex ratio has soared to more than 130 males to every 100 females, which will create a very severe social problem that millions of men will not find a wife. According to an article from China Radio International, Chinese men will have to compete against each other to find a wife, and women's parents in China are now requiring more than before. Examples include parents that will only allow their daughters to marry if the suitor owns a home and a car, which, according to a Professor Wei Shanjing of Columbia University, is a driving force to China's rising house prices. Now, some people believe that by allowing families to have more than one child, it could help to balance the gender ratio.